Hi guys, it's Tolo again, and we are going to Montenegro. We are in Montenegro for my birthday, guys. I flew from London Gatwick using EasyJet to Tivat Airport because I really wanted to stay in Tivat this time. And Tivat Airport is the closest to Koto. It's about a 20 minutes drive. There's something I want to put you guys on to. All the other airport taxis were charging me 50 euros to drive me to the hotel. Then we met this lovely man at the airport and said he was going to charge us 20 euros to drive us to Kotor. His name is Philip, and you can always message him on WhatsApp before your trip. I've added his number to the screen. As you already know, it was my birthday trip, so let's get into everything I did on this trip to Kotor. Remember our driver Philip who picked us up from the airport? He recommended a boat company who we contacted and rented his boat for the entire day. Actually, more like rented his boat for 3 hours, and these 3 hours cost us 180 euros. And this included the tour guide and a tour of all the touristy places around Kotor. Our first stop was Perast. Perast is a very beautiful place. We had ice cream.
Also this part of the Adriatic Sea, because all the captains at the time used to do that.
After our stop in Perast, we also visited Our Lady on the Rocks. This is a church that stays on an island on its own. We also had a quick stop at the Blue Cave. Videos do not do justice to how blue and how beautiful this cave was. According to our boat driver, he says the cave shines better when sunset is close because of the reflection. When you're in Kotor, you need to visit the Blue Cave. If you don't want to rent a private boat, you can always book a tour with other travel agencies like Get Your Guide, Viator, and a few others. Sometimes it may be best to go to the harbour and try to haggle prices yourselves, as these are generally better than the prices you find online. Another thing to do when you're in Kotor is to visit the Kotor cable car. This cable car costs 15 euros per person and is free for children under 12. It takes you up to the mountains, and quite frankly, the ride is not as bumpy as a few other cable cars I've been on. And I think I have to mention that the ride from the ground level up to the top is about an 11 minutes ride. You can go on alone or you can go with a group of other people, depends on you. On the mountain, they've got loads of activities you can do. You can watch the sunset. There are a few restaurants. I'm not even gonna lie, the highlight of my trip to the Kotor mountains has to be this frozen banana. I have never tasted anything like it before, and I approve. We had lunch at the Monte 130 bar, and the plan was to watch the sunset. Unfortunately, I couldn't wait long enough to watch the sunset because it was the Premier League final, and obviously my husband had to go. There are also other things I didn't try, like the Alpine coaster. I do not like heights, so I wasn't willing to try this at all. But if you want to try it, it's about 7 euros to try this activity. The ride down was also quite scenic because we were already approaching sunset. It was scenic, it was beautiful. You can just tell that this would be amazing regardless of when you come up the mountain. You just have to make sure you come on a very sunny day because it's not as beautiful when it's cloudy. We also took some time to lounge by the beach during the golden hour. I stayed at 3 hotels during my trip, and I will be going through every one of them. The first one I stayed was Huma Kotor. It's a birthday girl. It's a birthday girl. It's a birthday girl. This is a beachfront property 27 minutes away from the Tivat airport. It was very important to me that I stayed in a very good hotel. Look at what the bay looks like. The Kotor Bay is underestimated. Now let's go to the room. I stayed in the classic room with city view. I did not pay for the bay view because Quite frankly, the hotel was expensive enough. It was about £200 a night, and this included breakfast. But one thing I really liked about the room was how they had separate toilets from the bathroom, which means two people can stay in here comfortably and do anything they want. The next hotel I stayed in was Hyatt Regency. This is my favorite hotel of all three. Nothing comes close. The grounds of this hotel is so big, you cannot possibly go around this hotel in a day. It's impossible. In fact, not a day, in 2 days, it's impossible. This hotel is so beautiful. They've got state-of-the-art breakfast menus. They've got great facilities. But one thing though, you have to make sure you book this hotel in advance enough, because it gets sold out really quickly. So my final and least favorite hotel, I stayed at Vivid Blue Serenity. I mainly booked this hotel because of TikTok hype, but it did not meet up to my expectation at all. I mean, the rooms were average, everything else was average, but there was really nothing special about the hotel. Our first night, the restaurant we ate at was called Potun Restaurants in Kotor. What I really loved about this restaurant was the sunset view by the bay. You can already tell I'm in love with sunset. I like the way everything just blends, and it was truly magical. You sometimes have to book a reservation in advance because it could get pretty full, especially if you want to sit close to the sea. Our next choice of restaurant was one in the Old Kotor Town. We did not explore the town, but we definitely ate in here. The name was Marinenda, and they sell mainly age-dried steak. I'd literally never heard of that before, but it was so good. The only downside to this restaurant is they had little waiters, and the waiters available had very mad attitude. Now to the restaurant we went to on my birthday, restaurant Mademoiselle. This restaurant was already popular on TikTok, so I was like, okay, let's give it a try. It was also highly recommended by Hyatt. So we're here. I had the beef chunks, which was quite nice. It was soft, it was fluffy. I loved it. Our final restaurant is called Konobomo, and we went to this restaurant in Sveti Stefan, out of Kotor, because we left Kotor to get closer to the airport. But this restaurant had the most spectacular view. I thought our first restaurant had an amazing view, but this was so good, especially during the sunset. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon. Bye.